Sup my dudes, and welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. My name is Leja, you can call me Lay, and as you can tell from the title of this video, we are doing tips so you can succeed in your online courses. Now, I realized that I should have did this before, and it was literally the audacity of myself not to. But I do believe I'm deeply qualified for this video for the fact that I've been doing basically online stuff since middle school, and the whole concept of doing things and working online is not new to me. We used to do it on like Google Classroom or something along those lines, you know? And then when I got to college, my first semester I didn't really do online classes, but then because of how like exhausted I felt the first semester, I decided to do some online courses just to see if I can handle it in my second semester. And before everything turned remote, I had a couple online classes, so I had like a routine down, I had a formula down for all my classes. You may not believe I'm as qualified, but you can look at my grades from last semester and see like how well I did. So I honestly think I have a formula down to how to really succeed in your online courses. And if you want to know and how to excel and get a 4.0, keep watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let's begin. Do an analysis to highlight your strengths and weaknesses. So if you are bad at math, like myself here, you need to focus more on that class, I would say. Because that class you need more attention with, so that class you need to work harder in. If you know you're not good at a certain subject, you know that it's going to be more difficult to you if you can't even do it in person. And that was math for me, and I was pretty good at history and English, but think about the characteristics of the subject and why you're good at them or bad at them. So I'm good at English and history because history to me, even though it's like a boring class, even though I personally find it like interesting, because knowing history prevents history from repeating itself and honestly can prevent so many mistakes. But besides that, history is mainly memorization. Well, I don't have like the best memory. I can memorize basic facts, you know? Like for some reason, like I can't remember honestly, sometimes I forget if I eat. But when it comes to history, I can remember key things. And because it's been something we've been learning our whole lives, I feel like I can handle history without putting in all my energy into it. Because how it works basically is you need to divide your energy, and you know the ones that's going to be harder for you by yourself, you have to put the most energy, the most effort, and the most time into in order to be successful. So there's that. Organized. You need to have a workspace, and your workspace needs to be organized. While everyone has a different definition of what is organized to them, honestly, I think what is organized to me may not be organized to some people, but it doesn't distract me. Your space should not distract you. It should motivate you, yes, but it should not distract you. And if you have so much clutter and so much going on with your desk, and you have something in your workspace area that you usually do school with, and it will distract you and pull you out of your focus when listening to lectures online or whatever you have to do, that's not good. So fix up your workspace, organize it, and have things organized in general, like your files and everything like that. But that brings me to number 3. My third tip for you is to have everything backed up. Because the thing about online that mainly sucks, I would say, is there are times where you have technical difficulties. So anything can really happen when it comes to technology. So you need to have your files backed up. It can be on a flash drive, it could be on a hard drive, it could be on Google Docs. Like for example, if you had an essay written on iPages or Word or any of those other programs, just have a copy of it on your Google Docs and on your Google Drive. So that way, if anything happens, like God forbid, let's say your computer stops working and you can't access iPages or Word or anything like that, you can finish writing on your phone literally using Google Docs and it would work. And then if you still feel the need to go over it, then go over it, edit it, and if you need it in a specific format, like Word format, then just convert it when you're done. Easy. My fourth tip, and stay with me on this one, is to put your phone aside. Like, you would think it's a harmless thing to maybe just have next to you, but the next thing you know, you're texting your friends and you're like, oh, it's just one message, whatever. But then it leads to different things. You'll end up on Snapchat, you'll end up on Instagram, because some people, they just don't have the focus to work with their phones, and that's most people in general. And then you find yourself blanking out, you find yourself complaining, like on, for example, Snapchat, about how the course is so boring and you're not even paying attention to it. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to leave your phone aside. Okay, so number 5, I think is a great one, is to communicate with the people in your class. If you have a friend in your class, don't be afraid to ask them if they did something. Like, don't copy them, but just ask them if they understand what to do, or if you forgot to do an assignment, ask them, is there any assignment you're missing, or anything along those lines. Being in communication with a classmate does so much for you. And I'm not saying it would be like, oh, can I have the homework or whatever, but to have like someone in your class to work with on assignments, for example. Like one time, me and all my friends, Vanessa and Nina, we had psychology class together last semester, and it was our second class together. Because our first class together, it was, I actually forgot the name, but it was like this advertising class where we kind of had to like design things and everything. It was actually really fun. But we decided to have a class together in our second semester, and we're doing another class together in our third semester. So it's good to have people that you know well in some of your classes, only so you can have someone like you wouldn't be afraid to reach out to if you don't understand something. Like, while yes, do the work yourself, because at the end of the day, like, not like you have to take tests yourself, you have to do everything and everything else yourself, so you need to be used to that. But like, to have someone to help you out if they understand it better than you, that's a good thing. And it's like a system you need. And networking is so important in success, and working with other people is important in success. So you might as well do it and start practicing now and work with people and actually communicate with them. Number 6, keeping a schedule. keeping a routine. Now, with online school, one of the most difficult and unnecessary traps students fall into is literally waking up like 5 minutes before class starts. Even though you are staying home, you should wake up and have a routine like you usually do. You need to eat breakfast, you need to wake yourself up so when you do start class, you're not like, I would say drowsy is the word I'm thinking of. Because you know, like when you wake up and you wake up from like a sleep, you're just not there for the longest time. You're just not there. You're just like all dazed and like just not up yet. So that's the same thing for online classes. Wake up on time as if you're going somewhere, as if you're going to school. Just do it. If you need advice on how to have a morning routine and stuff like that, of course this post was done back in February when we still had to leave the house, so you can just tweak it. But I'm gonna leave a link to one of my blog posts that teaches you how to wake up in the morning and stuff like that and have a morning routine easily. So I'm leaving that in the description box, so click it. Okay, the next thing is don't be afraid to ask your teacher questions. So communication with the teacher is just as important as communication with other students in your class. You need to talk to a teacher if you are having difficulty understanding a concept. You need to talk to them if you need some extended time on something, and maybe they'll give it to you, but you have to not be afraid to ask for it. Because at least if you ask, you tried. And if you know you did what you could to better your experience being online for everything, then there's not much you can do for that. And it's actually, the responsibilities falls on the teacher to at least answer you or try to explain something to you or try to give you a resource to make it clear for you. And some teachers, they do that, some teachers, they don't. And that's how you know what makes a good teacher and what makes a bad teacher. And if you are having issues with a teacher, then you can easily kind of just report them. Like, I know it's a lot of work to do, but like if a teacher ain't teaching you, they're not doing their job and you're wasting your time. Another thing I also would like to advise, I guess this is number 8, is don't stay in your bed. If you are taking online classes, the last place you need to be is your bed. You need to be in a place that you sit upright. It could be a table, it could be a desk. It doesn't matter. You just need to be in a place where it's comfortable, but not too comfortable to fall asleep. Along with the part about the scheduling and your morning routine and stuff like that, you need to get up and get dressed. If you get dressed and dress like you're going out somewhere, it actually gives you a lot more motivation than being in your PJs. And you don't even have to dress up. You can just put on like leggings and a t-shirt, but just don't keep on the same clothes you slept in. Because I know that was a thing with many people. They stayed in bed, they wrapped themselves in a blanket and everything like that. But you can put on a hoodie, you can put on pants, and honestly just vibe with it. But just don't stay in your PJs. That will just make you want to fall back asleep. I think that's all my advice, and that's pretty much everything I did last semester. Oh, I did a video on preparing for back to school and how to prepare. So along with this, I'll add how to wake up in the morning, a blog post I did a long time ago. I'll add my how to prepare for back to school and everything like that. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and originally I was gonna do my other video that I filmed the same day as my last video, but I really didn't want to be rushed doing that one. And honestly, because I'm starting school soon, my content is gonna be so different, and I'm going to spend like my last week prepping and preparing last minute things to make my work as a content creator, I would say from blogging to doing YouTube videos, much easier, along with doing schoolwork and everything, because if you know, that's all so much and kind of overwhelming. But I have faith that I can do these things, and I'm doing a lot more than I did last semester, so I really need to be on top of things and on top of my game, and I hope you are too. I hope I'm sending good praises your way. I am manifesting a 4.0 this semester, and I'm sending it to you and sending those vibes to you, because I know with these tips, as little as they might be, I honestly think they're effective. Stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed already, I hope you do, and I'm going to be doing my best to be creating more content. In the comments, you can also leave like suggestions and everything like that, but I am gonna start planning out some videos. I'm gonna start planning out some blog posts very soon, and I'm so excited because I love planning. As you can tell, the type of person I am. I am very I'm a little weird, but it's okay. It's a good type of weird that makes me motivated and determined with everything I do. So yeah, good luck this year. You got this. And yeah. Okay. Bye.